Story time, and I have a juicy one. So, my partner, Mark, got a message earlier today that one of his friends from Phoenix, Arizona, found out that her 18-year-old son just came out of the closet. And her response is outrageous. So what did I do? I decided that I'm going to respond to her. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read you what I said to her and wait until you hear the end, what her response is. Now keep in mind, this person was not friends with me. I've only met her a couple times when I used to live in Phoenix, Arizona. It was Mark's friend. Now, keep this in mind. She's married to a man. So now, her response to Mark said this exact text. She said, and I quote, "I'm glad he met someone nice, but I'm sad he'll go to hell." Now here is my response, and I'm going to read it verbatim. This is what I said to her. And then, of course, you're going to see what her response is. This is what I said. "So I understand you just found out that your son came out of the closet, and I'm responding to your comment. So I'm curious, do you eat shellfish, like shrimp? How about pork? Bacon? Do you have any mixed fabric, including wool? And I know that it's none of my business, but can you recall the last time you had sex on your period?" I'm asking these questions because all these things are an abomination to God. And about the Bible has been complete over 2,000 years ago. As in Deuteronomy 4 verse 2, it clearly states that you should not add or take away anything from God's commandments. A cool fact: there was not one Bible scripture talking about homosexuality until 1946. So think about yourself next time when you're eating and having a BLT or shrimp Alfredo, because what you're doing is an abomination to God and the Bible. So if you're gonna think about homosexuality, then you better judge everything else. Anyway, I'm gonna go against the Bible tonight and have some shrimp. Then, of course, I said, I forgot to mention that there's 9 Bible scriptures mentioning that it is an abomination to eating bacon. So why would there be only 6 Bible scriptures about homosexuality and 9 scriptures about pork? And I'm the biggest sinner because bacon is my all-time favorite meat. And her response, and I quote, "That's a bunch of horseshit." And instead of just ignoring her rude comment, I responded, and I quote, "Oh, Is that what your church teaches? Because Leviticus 11, verse 9 through 12, and Deuteronomy 14, 9 through 10, thinks differently about shellfish. And Leviticus 19, verse 19, and Deuteronomy 22, verse 11, thinks differently about wearing wool and mixed fabric. Oh, and sex on your period? Well, maybe you need to read Leviticus 15, 19 through 24. And just because someone tells you that Michael Jackson was never black, that doesn't make it right, because we have 100% proof that he was all black at one point. So I will never listen to someone that tells me that Michael Jackson was always white. Case and point. And her final response, drum roll please, she says this in one sentence. Take your medication and leave me alone. And that is my little story time today. Sound familiar? No, she's never been a Jehovah's Witness. And I know you think that's what it was, that she's some Jehovah's Witness, but she's never been a Jehovah's Witness. So my point of this is, it's not just Jehovah's Witnesses or the crazy Mormons or the crazy Scientologists. Christianity are such judgmental. You know, my conclusion to this video is this is, if you want to follow the Bible, then you need to follow all the Bible, not picking and choosing, because that's what the world does. They pick and choose and think what's right and what's wrong. So, conclusion of my video is this is, if you're going to judge someone because they come out of the closet, or judge someone because now you're openly gay, you're a lesbian, you're bisexual, you're transgender, transsexual, well, I want you to think real hard. Next time when you're in the mood and you want to eat bacon, you want to eat crab, you want to eat lobster, you want to eat shrimp, and you also think, I want you to think about something too. There's 7 deadly sins in the Bible, and one of those sins is gluttony. Do you know what gluttony means? Well, let me give you a little taste. You're not committing gluttony if you go to a grocery store and you buy a cheesecake and you only eat 1 or maybe 2 pieces of that cheesecake, and then you expand it the next couple days. But you are committing gluttony if you go to a grocery store and you get an 8-piece sliced cheesecake and you sit there and you ate every single piece, all 8 pieces of that cheesecake all at once. That is gluttony, and that's one of the 7 deadly sins of the Bible. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and let's have a great ass day. See ya.